Awesome. Okay, so I don't want to basically waste more time. We're gonna probably have some people coming in the webinar. I want to say thank you all for being here and being with me on this webinar. So again, as you probably know, my name is Mirna Batchoun, and I'm completely excited to have you all on this webinar where we're going to learn, as you probably know, how to start a nutrition business, find clients that want to work with you, and grow your nutrition practice in a matter of weeks. I know that this is a very important topic for a lot of nutrition providers. And today I'm going to share with you some strategies that are probably going to blow your mind. And my whole idea for this webinar is for you to be able to go out of this webinar and basically do the work. So it's going to be very content oriented. It's not going to be a lot of blah blah on this webinar. So what I would kind of suggest that you do, and I would love from you, is to kind of divide your next 60 minutes to this webinar so that basically you can catch up all of the important stuff, that you can maybe take notes because you're going to probably want to. Also, please turn off your mobile phones, your Facebook, and try to really give this webinar your next 60 minutes of undivided attention, because as I said, you probably will want to know more. Also, as we'll go through the webinar, if you're going to have any questions, please put them in the chat box, but be sure that I'll leave time at the end for the Q&A. So what are you going to hear today will be, I guarantee it, very valuable. I wouldn't even say mind-blowing, and you'll be able to incorporate the same strategy in your business right away, okay? So it doesn't matter if you don't have any prior business knowledge, if you don't have clients, if you don't know how to transition your business online, and it also doesn't matter if you don't have clients at this point, if you don't have any business or marketing knowledge, but you want to expand your business with clients that want to work with you and pay for your services. So the strategy that I'm going to show you throughout this webinar is powerful because I actually tested it out not only with entrepreneurs, but also with nutrition entrepreneurs in the last 2 years. I basically showed this strategy to hundreds of nutripreneurs in the last year. And the strategy is completely focused on you guys so that you can actually build your business on healthy ground, have more income, and also control over your business and your life, but also to help more people, which is, of course, the end result that I know all of you guys want. So today I'm going to show you step by step, okay, how you can do it. The end result, as I said, of this webinar would be that you have a solid knowledge and the strategy that you can incorporate in your business right away, okay? So are we ready to get started? I suppose that I see a lot of yeses here. Yeah, let's get started. Awesome. Thank you, guys. So my name is Mirna Batchoun. To just really quickly introduce myself, I'm a business coach, and I'm actually a LinkedIn funnel and marketing expert as well. At this point, I have 2 businesses. One is Green Pie, and the other business is my company that's called Creative Office, where I help nutrition providers, biz owners, and consultants start their businesses, grow their businesses. And as a marketing expert, I really focus on LinkedIn and LinkedIn funnels and helping biz owners use LinkedIn to get really, really high quality clients. Today, I want to focus basically on you guys, nutrition providers, because I know it's really important for you to learn about business and marketing, because I know this is something that you lack and that you didn't receive in your nutrition education. And I have a lot of nutrition providers, especially that I worked with in the last 2 years, that have been asking me about, how can I actually start my business? This is something that they're not teaching us to be entrepreneurs, or if we want to kind of start finding clients on the side, basically, it's really hard to get started because we don't know what to do. So this is what we're going to correct in this webinar right away. Also, I want to say that we're going to have about 45 minutes of pure content that's going to be highly valuable. As I said, you can take notes, but I'm also going to give you a replay that's going to be up for the next 70 hours. Also going to give you a really cool offer if you will want to jump in. If not, that's fine too. You'll be able to learn a lot on this webinar, and that's a promise. And the third promise is that I'll definitely leave time for Q&A. So if you'll have any questions, you'll be able to ask questions at the end. Okay, so basically, let's get started. So I just want to give you kind of a quick but true story. 3 years ago, I actually started to talk to nutrition consultants about the biggest challenges you guys face in your business. So I actually talked to nutrition providers, and I researched the problems and the solutions, and I found a couple of problematic points, which I want to actually talk about today. So the first problem I found was the lack of business education that will help you to understand business and give you kind of a clear step-by-step instructions, how to start your business, how to work on your business, how to find new clients, especially those that want to work with you, which is very important, and how to keep them engaged. And of course, at the end of the line, how to market your business. What I'm going to show you today, I actually use the same approach on my business as well. This is why I'm so excited that you're here. So this lack of business education is something that is a very painful problem that I found. And a lot of you guys have this really big inner desire to help people, to kind of make a difference and impact in the world. But the business side of things is very, very problematic. And this is, because, and I know this is because you weren't kind of provided with the business education that you need. So I just want to be very, very clear with you that it's not your fault. This problem that you have, a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of people actually have. So either you don't know how to be a business person, which means you were never offered kind of focused on good entrepreneurial education, just kind of bits and pieces. A lot of you don't know how or where to find clients, even though you have the biggest potential client base in the world, which is about 2 billion people that struggle with nutrition health related issues right now in the world. So that's not good news for people, but it's actually good news for you if you are planning to either open up your nutrition business or you want to expand your nutrition business. Marketing is also one of the big pain points, and a lot of nutrition consultants actually have huge struggles with understanding what marketing is. And there are a lot of tries and errors, which ultimately leads you to a pretty confusing and frustrating position in your life and in your business. I know this, and there are so many people on this planet that would need and could use your services, because 1/3 of the planet is obese, but you still struggle with your business and you can't seem to find clients. So you just kind of seem scattered all over the place, doing everything for everyone in hopes that you will just be able to work. And if you ask me, you guys deserve so much more. The second problem I found is mindset, which is also a huge problem. A lot of you don't know how to value and price your services, and kind of you feel uncomfortable to ask for money, which is also not only a problem that you guys specifically have. It's a problem a lot of entrepreneurs have, whether they're coaches or they're just biz owners. And I know that you're also sometimes unsure of yourself, and will you be able to actually help people? So this is what we're going to talk about today, and I want you to know that the things that you'll learn in this webinar are backed up with extensive case studies from other entrepreneurs and nutrition entrepreneurs. And not only did I build my business, and basically 2 businesses, using this strategy, I completely reordered the whole strategy and tweaked it, especially for you guys, for nutrition providers. So the first thing that I want to talk about today is mindset. And I think that this is one of the most important things that a lot of entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs actually don't talk about at all. I mean, how many of you have really worked on your mindset, on your business mindset, money mindset, personal mindset? How many of you have really dug deep into your beliefs that you have around yourself, money and business? I mean, have you ever thought about how much do you actually know what your inner and unconscious thoughts are about these things? I know that a lot of nutrition providers actually haven't worked on their mindset, and this is really, really important, because this is the first step and it's so important. So in order to start and build your business or grow your business, you need to start with just one thing, and that's creating a resourceful and powerful personal and business mindset. And I want to start with mindset here in this webinar because it's crucial. It's actually the only difference between a person who succeeds and a person who fails, because what we think is what becomes our truth, right? And you know this. So the most successful entrepreneurs work on their mindset the most, not sales, not marketing, but mindset. And why is that? Because if you're not in the right frame of mind, there's absolutely no strategy or education that can help you. There's no business education, no MBA that can help you. If you think that you're not fit to earn money or run a business, it will basically never happen. And as I said, what we think about the world is what our world becomes. And this is so true for business as well. And I talk much more about mindset in the Entrepreneur's Business course, but I can give you kind of quick mindset tip and exercise that you can use right now. So, and you can write this down if you have a pen and paper right beside you. So I want you to write 3 things that you want to accomplish in life and business on a piece of paper. I want you to write it down in a present tense as you already have accomplished it, right? Every morning when you wake up, and therefore, before you go to sleep, I want you to read sentences, and I want you to read those sentences one by one. And then what I want you to do, I want you to basically imagine yourself there. Just feel the feelings, focus on the smells, on the colors, really accomplish these things in your mind. It's really important. So you have to write them down, but you also have to read them every morning and really take 5 minutes to really go deep into those feelings that you feel of accomplishment. This is a small but really powerful exercise you can start doing right now. And this very, very simple exercise, what's hundreds and hundreds of nutrition entrepreneurs just to get started, just to get unstuck, is to just visualize and write down their goals and visualize their goals already accomplished by, just going into that place for 5 minutes and just feeling that they're already there. Remember, we are what we think we are, and the world around us is just how we think about it. So the best entrepreneurs in the world work on their mindset the most, and this is really important. Everything else is completely secondary, okay? And the next thing you need to do in order to build your business in a short amount of time is to become more organized and definitely more focused. So since a lot of nutrition consultants I've spoken to, and I've really spoken to a lot of them in the last 3 years, are completely disorganized and defocused. In the Nutripreneurs business course, I use a simple and effective strategy that I call the 50-30-20 rule, okay? And this rule is awesome. This is what you will probably want to take as well, pen and paper, and just write it down, okay? This rule actually helps nutrition consultants stay organized and focused. But before I explain the 50-30-20 rule, let me introduce you to Raina. She's a nutrition consultant from Canada, and like most of you, she had a real problem with focus and organization, among other things. Her desk was always a mess. She always lacked time, and she actually didn't have a strategy put in place to help her get more focused. And it was very, very frustrating for her. She joined the Nutripreneurs business course at the beginning of, I think it was 2015, and I introduced her to a strategy that I call the 50-30-20 rule. This is really important. This is what she did to create, and she used this rule to create a completely new working habit that still keeps her completely organized and focused. Like no crummy desks, no text from clients, emails, alerts, and all those things that distract you all the time. So the first problem Raina had was not prioritizing, right? She didn't know what activities were most important for her business, nor which ones bring the most revenue in her business, which is a pretty bad starting point. Like, what we needed to do is we sat down and we finally identified which activities generate the most revenue for her in her business, in her nutrition business. And I suggest that you all do the same as well. I want you to look at the numbers and see what actually brings the most revenue in your business right now. And this is really important because a lot of nutrition providers actually think that some activities bring them more revenue than some others. And then when they sit down and write things down, they actually see, depending on the amount of time that they spend and the amount of cash that they receive, what actually brings the most revenue in their business. And as I said, it's not a problem with just nutrition providers. It's a problem with entrepreneurs that have a feeling, it's completely different when you just put numbers on the table on a piece of paper. So I definitely suggest that you do the same. So when we identify those activities, so the ones that bring the most revenue in Raina's business, I introduced her to the 50-30-20 rule, which actually says focus 50% of your time on aspects of your business that are driving revenue right now. Okay, really important. Then focus 30% of your time on what will make you money in the future. And then focus 20% of your time on networking, blogging, marketing, and all the other office tasks. Okay. So prioritize your time in this fashion, and you will start to notice some order in your practice in your life. Once you have a business with steady stream of happy clients and increasing revenue, we want to, maybe sit down and prioritize a bit differently. Okay. But if you don't have clients yet, and if you're just starting out, then I would suggest that you spend 50% of your time on research, for example. If you already have a steady stream of clients and revenue, then you might want to focus 50% of time on marketing and sales. But you have to prioritize. You have to know what you're doing and with your business at what point. And the way that you prioritize depends on the stage that your business is currently in. And the truth of the matter is you still need to prioritize whatever it is that you do. Okay. And now you're probably asking me, okay, so I need to prioritize, that's cool, but how do I organize all these things? So it's pretty simple. What you want to do is you want to do the most important things in the morning. Okay. The 50% of the most important things that you focus on, you want to do them in the morning. Okay. The other 30%, you want to do them in the afternoon. So, maybe that will be the less important things in your business, and then the less important business, the least important things, you want to basically leave for the end of the day. Okay, because you want to be sure that you're spending the most time and when you're most refreshed on those 50% that are most important for your business once you prioritize your time. This way, if you prioritize and use the 50-30-20 rule and organize it, for example, in this fashion, as you can see here, you can actually spend all the time, in your business the right way, completely focused, and then you still have time to do your hobbies, be with your kids, your family time, whatever. This also will give you the security that most important work is done for you, that you also did something that will drive revenue, for example, and you still, as I said, will have time for family, friends, and hobbies. So the 50-30-20 rule works amazingly well. If you remember Raina from a couple of minutes ago, she used the 50-30-20 rule and time management technique and completely changed her business and her life habits. She's not hectic. She has time for her clients, her business, her website. Basically, she has time for everything. She has actually time to educate herself about being afraid that she won't get the work done. She's focused and she knows what she's doing in what part of her business. Very important. So before we continue into the strategies, I just want you to know that these two steps are absolutely crucial, right? They're so important that I can guarantee you, if you don't have them in place, then you will not get the 100% out of your business or your life. If you don't have the mindset and if you don't have your focus and organization of your time, there's no business, strategy that can help you. Okay, nothing will help you if you don't have these two things in order. And this is actually why these two steps are the first two steps that are crucial in having a successful business, whether you're just starting out or whether you want to grow it. Okay, because if you want to grow your nutrition business, you still have to get into the mindset of growing your business and basically get into being more focused, and then definitely organizing your time. So also, one of the things that I see nutrition consultant missing is a strategy or knowledge how to find clients online, for example, and what business is and how it actually works. And this is very, very important. I heard so many times that you guys need a plan, that you need a mentor, that you need a step-by-step strategy. Some of you don't know where to start, what to do, how to do it. So you just start with websites, building your blog, talking to doctors so they can refer you, and basically nothing happens or something happens which you're not satisfied with. So I want to give you a very simple explanation of what business actually is and what is the core of any successful business, so we can basically move forward. So the core of any successful business is solving a problem in a way that your customer or client wants. Okay. And I want to emphasize the word problem and the word solution here. So if there is no problem, you don't have a business. Okay. If your clients don't have a problem, you don't have a business. And the second thing is the solution. You need to solve that problem for your client. But there's a catch that most people actually get wrong. And this is why a lot of businesses fail. You need to solve a frustrating problem, but in a way that your client wants this problem to be solved. And this is where everyone gets it wrong. It's not what you think how the problem should be solved. It's about how your clients think and want the problem to be solved. Does that make sense? And now you're going to ask me why? Because this is what they're actually willing to pay for. Okay. And this formula goes for any business on the planet, right? And so does for nutrition business as well. So how do you understand the frustrating problems and solutions that your clients are willing to pay for? Okay. How are you going to figure that out? So the answer here is really easy. It's by doing a research, client discovery, right? The only thing you need to do to start your nutrition business is to do a research in your market and to research your market, see what problems your potential clients face, what problems they have, what's frustrating for them, and then solve it in a way that they want the problems to be solved. Okay, this is the whole business education you basically need. If you only understand that it's not about you or your ideas, that you only need to listen to your clients and do what they ask of you, you'll have a successful business. Okay, if you only start to offer what they truly want, you'll have a successful business. It's easy as that. And if you go out of this webinar with understanding this, you're already 90% ahead of most nutrition consultants out there. Okay, it's pretty amazing. That's all you got to know. So moving forward into the steps, we go from mindset and organization into doing the research. And the first thing you need to do to start a research is to define what I call your nutrition and client niche. Okay, this is starting to be very interesting. So I definitely would ask you to just like pay attention, maybe grab a couple of notes, because it's going to start to be pretty, your head is going to probably explode. So I want you to meet Adele Canavy. She's a nutrition consultant from Ireland. She worked full-time role as a nutritionist for public health agency for over 3 years. And basically she wanted to start her own nutritional business. But the problem with her that she thought was a problem, that she had no prior business knowledge, no clients, no idea, and she didn't know where to start. And when she learned the strategy that, then I basically taught her the strategy that helped her not only to start start her business, but okay, iTunes, we're going to kill it, sorry. Not to only start her business and to do kind of client research, but she actually found herself to be an expert in the niche, okay? And she sent her first clients in less than 60 days. She went from zero to understanding business, learning how to do the research, and her first clients in just 60 days, okay? But before she started with the research, what she needed to understand is with who she wants to work with, okay, and what area of nutrition consultancy. And a lot of nutrition consultants make the mistake of understanding that they're what I call a nutrition niche, like the area of nutrition consultancy that they feel comfortable working in, but they have no idea who they want to work with. This is a huge, huge problem. Adele, for example, learned to do things a bit differently. So the first thing that she did was she picked only one nutrition niche, and then she went into researching who she wanted to work with, okay? She decided she wanted to work with physiotherapists. That was her client niche. And she was interested in helping them improve their eating habits, which was her nutrition niche. My iTunes are killing me. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so like Adele, if you want to start, you only want to pick one nutrition niche that you want to work with, whether it's weight loss or diabetes or eating habits, and then one client niche, which would be your ideal client. And this is very important. I want to emphasize this. You need to know who you want to work with and in what area of nutrition consultancy. You don't want to work with everyone. And I know this sounds a bit scary because a lot of you guys think like, oh, I want to work with anyone because like I need clients, but you don't want to work with anyone. You want to specialize in one set of people and in one niche, one nutrition niche to start with, because it's like, for example, when you have an ear infection, you don't want to go to just any doctor, your family doctor. You want to go to an ear specialist, right? So it's the same thing here. It's extremely important to understand who it is that you want to work with, and you can't just work with everybody just hoping that somebody will work with you. Does that make sense? Like, hope is a very bad word in business. It's actually the worst word in business, and you need to know who your ideal client is. Okay, so now that you know that you need a nutrition and that you need a client niche, now you can actually start with your market research just like Adele did. Okay, but what do you ask in the research? Like, what do you actually research? How do you actually do it? So when you're researching your target market, so your client niche, you want to understand what problems they have, and that is actually connected to the nutrition niche you want to work with. Does that make sense? You need to start finding people from your client niche for your research to get your research going. But where do you find them? Okay, how can you find them? That's a really big question that I always get. So you can find them in your hometown over a friend, but you can also use the power of internet to find them there. And I suggest that you do that as well, okay? You can, once you find them, okay, once you find your client niche, which is really important, there are a couple of things that you can do. And I suggest that you make a simple survey where you ask about the problems your target market is facing. Basically, what you want to ask them questions concerning the nutrition niche you want to work with. So, for example, after you do the survey, you want to send them that research, right? But how do you find them? How do you get them to fill out that survey? How do you connect with them? Well, I showed a couple different ways to Adele how she can find her client niche, whether it's in person or over the internet. And you can share it with groups on Facebook or LinkedIn, on online forums where your target market hangs out. There are a lot of different places where you can find your target market. But what is most important is that you need to offer them something of value in return for filling out your survey. It can be a report or set of recipes or something like that. But what I suggested to Adele as well is to basically offer a free mini nutrition assessment so she can really talk to her clients on the phone and get even better understanding of their problems and needs. And this is exactly what you can do too. When you have your survey done, when you find your target market, when you have your survey done, you can contact your client and you can ask them to fill out this short survey, but then be sure that you have a nice and crafted message. And in return for their valuable time, give them a 30 or 15 or 30-minute free mini assessment over the phone, okay? And I see a lot of people going like, oh, I don't want to give them things for free. I don't have time for this. I want to find clients. But what's really important for you is to understand is that you will use this phone call, this free nutrition mini assessment, to actually talk to them one-on-one and understand what their really painful problems are. This is really important for you guys to understand, okay? Surveys are not enough because you can't get to the really deep problems people are facing just through a survey. You can't dig deep into the market to really understand the most frustrating problems they have concerning nutrition in the area that you want to work with. You can only do that by talking to them on the phone or in person. And you need to go, and always suggest this to all my clients, is that you go out of your office, out of your apartment, and out of your comfort zone, because it's really, really important. Your job with the research, right, with the mini nutrition assessment, is to find those problems that are so frustrating, so emotionally intense for your potential clients that they will pay you to solve it for them. And that is why the free mini nutritional assessment is all about. It's a chance to learn more about what really makes your potential clients tick, and to ask them about the solutions that they would be willing to pay for. And this is exactly how you get clients that want to work with you, okay? By doing the research, by doing the free mini nutrition assessment, by finding those problems and giving them exactly the solutions that they want. This will make your potential clients your fans. This is what will make them want to work with you, okay? Secondly, this is a great way to start building trust with them, okay? You will be able to give them a quick overview of their state, and they will, be very grateful for that. You'll be able to position yourself as an expert. And this is an amazing opportunity to be able to find really big and frustrating problems for people, and then asking them what they wish existed to solve the problem. And again, I'm going to emphasize, this is what will make them give you money. And this is what will make them your fans forever, okay? And after you ask them the questions, you can make the nutritional assessment, thank them for their time, and they will basically, you can tell them that you'll get back to them with the results of the assessment. And that is a great opportunity to nurture the relationship. And as I said, this is the best way for you to get clients that really want to work with you, not complicated clients that are not looking for getting results, complicated clients that are going to really bug you, but clients that do have the problem and that want the solution that you're offering. This is really, really important. So imagine if you had like 3 or 4 different problems, for example, that are really bugging your target market and people that you want to work with. And, imagine if those problems are so frustrating that they would be willing to give you money for it. They would be asking you, please, can I give you money to just solve my problem? What kind of a difference would that make for your life and your business? If you have had that kind of confidence and security that the product or the service that you put out there in the market will be wanted, needed, and that you want to, and then it will enable you basically to position yourself as an expert. So if you translate it into business language, and that's called a business opportunity, and that's pretty amazing. Just imagine 6 months from now having one solution and offer that actually makes you money, and being so sure in your business that you can plan ahead about the next product or service that is needed in the market. Imagine how confident would you feel, and imagine the impact that will have on your business. That would be pretty amazing. But before we go that far, you need to validate those problems, and this is what I definitely suggest. You need to hear in your mini nutrition assessment from other people in your target market, what do they think about it? Because you need to have a certain number of people stating the same problems and the same solutions they want to see before you go and just invest into building a program or a service. There are different ways that you can validate the ideas, but you can't go wrong if you, for example, when you hear about the problem you heard so many times, you just share the ideas you heard from other people in your client niche with people that you are still researching. The more people that validate the idea from others, the closer you are of discovering your next offer. It's just it's easy as that. So after you have validated the problems and you have like 3 or 4 different things that you can offer in your business, you still don't want to jump the gun. You still want to do one very important thing, and that is what I call a price anchoring solution. Okay, so a lot of people ask me what is the ultimate validation for a business and how you can be sure that you make the least amount of mistakes and then you basically go as much risk free as possible. And the ultimate validation for a business would be that people say, yes, I want to give you money, I want to pay for that. But how would you know the price, right? How can you know that the price that you're offering to your market is okay? Well, I know that many nutrition consultants really have problems with pricing. They are either afraid of pricing their solutions or they don't know how to. And again, you're not the only ones. A lot of entrepreneurs don't know that. It takes some time to really master it. So, for example, I taught Adele this really amazing strategy where she was able not to only validate her solutions, but she was able to get her customers to give her their highest price point for the solution. Basically, now she's making like double the rate that she was paid like a year ago. And I can make a whole webinar around this strategy, but we don't have time for that right now. What you can actually do, at least to completely validate your solution, is to ask them if they would be willing to pay for this solution. Just ask them straight out, are you willing to pay for that solution? Or if they say they have already looked for solutions like that, then ask them how much they pay for the solutions that they were looking for before. This will give you an idea of how you need to price your solutions. And when you go that route, you'll have all that you need. Okay, now we're going to recap. You're going to have a nutrition niche. You're going to have a client niche. You'll also have understanding of the problems. Then you'll have understanding of the habits and the climate of and the problems that are frustrating your target market. You'll have an idea about the solutions that they want, which means that this is something that will make them your fans, not only your clients, and the solutions, how much they're willing to pay for these solutions. And this is an amazing place to be in your business, I have to tell you. But what do you do after that, right? Of course, you want to just pick one solution using a set of different criteria. Basically, what I suggested to Adele that she does is to write a short report about this whole research of the niche she did. And after she decided about that, what service she can offer, I told her to follow up with physiotherapists and that she talked on the phone, give them the research and offer the new service. And she got 2 clients right off the bat. This was the ultimate solution for her. She did it in less than 60 days. Like Adele really crushed it. She went from 0 to learning a business strategy and getting her first paying clients in 60 days. And after one person gives you money for the solution, this means that you can actually have 2, 3, 50 clients. That actually means that you have a business. You only need one person to give you money. And after all of that, now you can start doing marketing. Now you can build your website, you can optimize your blog, you can learn about email and content marketing, because marketing is just a way of you communicating to your clients what is important to them, right? Not what you're selling. Nobody cares about what you're selling. And I can't go deeper into marketing because it's completely beyond the scope of this webinar. But what I want you to know is that you can, for example, use the niche research as a lead magnet and offer it as an opt-in on your website. That would be a great way to start. Okay. I also want you to meet one person, and her name is Laura Poland. You can see her here. She used this same strategy that I just showed you in the last almost 45 minutes. Same as Adele, same as Rena, and over 100 Nutripreneurs. Laura actually had about 20 years of experience as a registered dietitian, but she didn't know a lot about business. She had clients, but she kind of never was able to get her business really rolling. While she was using this strategy, she completely changed her mindset. She learned how to find clients online. She started to talk to educators, teachers, and she researched the market for a couple of weeks to get a better understanding of what is really frustrating them when it comes to nutrition. And then She asked them what solutions they would be willing to pay in that sense. And she actually got her first client before she finished the research in the market. Like it was literally in a matter of a couple of weeks. Her life after that completely changed. She's now completely confident about what business is, what she needs to do, how to do it. And she's actually doing her work all online now. Her results actually give her the possibilities she didn't know existed, both for her business and her life. She's now in control of her business and her life. She's in the safe zone, knowing exactly what she needs to do to find clients, to work online, to stay organized. Also, she knows what to do if she wants to grow her business, right? Her story is just amazing, but I want you to know that she is just like all of you, okay? She had all the struggles and all the problems and questions that you guys have. The only difference is that she took the advantage of the right resources at the right time to really get her questions answered. Okay, so with all of these strategies I showed you today, it's clear that it takes, right, a little bit of work, right? Changes don't come on their own just because you listen to a webinar or read an article in a magazine. And I know this because I started 2 businesses. I use the same strategies. So of course it takes a bit of work, right? But I have a question for you. I mean, do you really want to help people? And I talk to nutrition providers all the time and they tell me, I really want to help people, but I'm asking you, do you really, really want to start helping people and make an impact in the world for the better? Are you really ready to start being the change that you want in the world? Okay. Are you ready to start being recognized as an expert, to really differentiate yourself from everybody else, and to take control of your business and your life? One question that I usually ask is that, are you going to be proactive, or are you going to be satisfied with wasting time on the wrong things? Being frustrated, drained, knowing there's so much more that you can do for others, but never quite seem to get there. And that's really, really frustrating. If you don't want to be proactive, then don't expect to get results. Keep complaining that it's not working for you. Keep dreaming about helping people and just keep being frustrated, unfortunately. Or you can do something about it. You can decide that you're going to be that person that is going to be in control of your business, your life, and your time. Okay? I want you to decide that you're not going to just say you want to help people. I want you to really get out there and make that change and impact that you want to see in the world. So I usually ask my webinar attendees, which ones are they? Because I think that there are 3 types of people in the world. The person that makes it happen, the person that watches it happen, and the person that wonders what happened. And I want you to write down on your notes, which person do you think that you are? Okay, you don't have to write it down in the chat box. You can basically just write it down for yourself. What are you? The person that makes it happen, the person that watches it happen, or the person that wonders what happened? If you're kind of person that makes it happen, then I'm sure you got a ton out of this webinar. And I'm sure by now you have a clear understanding that there's a huge potential for your business if you just use the strategy. And I showed you the whole strategy. Just go ahead and use it. You probably know that you can have more clients, which means helping more people, but at the same more control over your business and life, bigger income, and more time. But most importantly, you have the opportunity to really make a difference without sacrificing everything that you got. And all you need at this point is the right direction, the right education, and the right strategy that can move you forward. So what you can do right now is that you can do it all by yourself, by using the strategy I just showed you in this webinar, and I'm sure you'll see results in your business, right? But what you can also do is, if you want to start using your potential and potential of your business and start growing your nutrition business the really safe, proven way, then you might want to consider joining the Nutripreneurs business course. And as I said in the beginning, I'm going to have a really, really special offer for you at the end of the webinar. And today I want to give you an exclusive special offer just for the attendees of this webinar. And basically, I want to take just 3 minutes to tell you a bit about it before we go into the Ask Me Anything part of the webinar. Okay. Before we go into the Q&As, let me just briefly explain why the Nutripreneurs business course even exists. For me, a couple of years ago, I realized I was wheat intolerant and I needed help from a dietitian. And when I kind of started to engage with my dietitian, I understood that, she was really struggling with business and understanding business. And I knew, on the other hand, that there were like so many people like me that struggle, but my dietitian couldn't get to these people because she didn't know anything about business. She didn't know how to market herself. She didn't know how to grab the people that needed her help. And I thought that it was really kind of heartbreaking because she changed my life, And I know that the only way that you can really change lives and cure people and make an impact in the world is to be successful and to run a successful business. Because my dietitian, when she started to run a successful business, that meant that she had more clients and more people that she can actually help, people like me that actually needed her help. So some nutrition providers are already making that change in the world, and they now know how to help more people, right? Just like Raina and Del, Laura, and hundreds of other nutripreneurs. And I know that people like you have what it takes to get there in your business and in your life. You just need a proven strategy and the right education to do so. And also, I know that it needs to be affordable. If I was to train every single person about online business, it will literally take a couple of months and thousands of dollars out of your pocket. So what I decided to do is to make the first entrepreneurial course that's crafted just for nutrition providers. And it's an online education that I'm putting out there today for a ridiculous price that I will offer for the next 72 hours only. So what is actually the Nutripreneurs Business Course? It's an online video business education program that's focused on nutrition providers and the specific problems that you guys face in your nutrition business. It's a proven, and I'm saying here, proven business strategy that will get you and your nutrition business up and running, get you first clients or new clients if you have a new service, and if you have an established business and you are looking to create a new service. It's more like a business MBA, but instead of teaching you generic business strategies that don't work for you, you'll get a proven step-by-step blueprint of how to start a nutrition business, how to find ideal clients, and how to grow your nutrition practice in a matter of weeks. And that is also, even if you don't have a business and marketing experience, Adele didn't have it, and she got her first client. She went from 0 to first paying clients in 60 days. Okay. And you're going to get that today for just a fraction of the cost, right? The Nutripreneurs Business Course is an online video course with 12 modules where you'll learn about mindset, organization, finding online clients, research, validation, and marketing. Okay, so everything that I showed you, the strategy that I showed you today, I go really in depth and I offer. We have 12 modules and 43 video lessons with over 6 hours of video material that is proven to work. Alongside with that, you have check sheets, you have email templates and recommendations with case studies. And the value of this package is $4,000. But today, I want to give it to you for a very, very special price because I don't want your financial situation to keep you away from getting this education that you need, because I know that you need it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this webinar. Just like my dietitian needed it. And after she learned about business, after she got the blueprint, she was able to really get her business going and really help more people. It's the same with Adele. It's the same with Laura. It's the same with Raina. And I'm really happy to be able to offer this to you guys. So what you're going to get if you decide to take me up on this offer is, first, you're going to get the green pie, the Nutripreneurs Business Course, and then you're going to get access to the exclusive Facebook group, which is a $500 of value, okay? But I want to give you a bonus, okay? The bonus number one is called Nutrition Entrepreneurs Webinar Bundle, okay? And this is something that's, I think, really, really important for you to know, is that in the last, I would say, year, me and my partner, she's a dietitian, an RD of 30 years of experience in the nutrition field. We made a bunch of webinars that were really content packed, where we explored different issues nutrition providers have, from how to work online, what technologies to use, what is allowed where you live when it comes to working online. So we made 6 webinars where we talk about from how to use different client strategies to keep them engaged, what is allowed where you live. We are basically made webinars where we explained a lot of questions that we got from nutrition entrepreneurs about working online. We recorded all of that, and that we made into a Nutrition Entrepreneurs Webinar Bundle. That's a $500 of value. Okay, so you have 3 things. You have the Nutripreneurs Business Course. You have access to the exclusive Facebook group where we have all the people, like we have over a couple of hundreds of nutrition providers. You'll get the Nutrition Entrepreneurs Webinar Bundle. And another bonus that I want to give you that's going to be offered also only for the attendees of this webinar is called Nutripreneurs Email Marketing System, and it's $800 of value. So a lot of nutrition providers actually don't know what to do with their website. They don't know how to start gathering emails of their potential clients. And even if they start making, if they grow their email list, if they understand what they need to do, they don't know what kind of sequence they need to put out there in order to be able to sell via email without being salesy. Okay. So this is basically one of the trainings that if I had, when I started out with my business, it would save me a lot of trouble. It would save me months and months of working and just trying to figure out questions by myself. In the Nutripreneurs Email Marketing System, I talk about basically not only email marketing, but I give you exact strategies about what are landing pages, how to do your landing page, what do you need to do to capture, your clients' email addresses. And once you capture your email addresses, either on your website or on a landing page, what kind of email sequence do you need to send to your clients so that those potential clients that sign up for something that you offer for free are happy to receive, that they're happy to receive your email, that you provide a lot of value, that you position yourself as an expert and build credibility instead of losing credibility by being salesy and sleazy. I know that a lot of, probably a lot of you get a lot of spam in your email inbox. This is definitely not the training that I'm conducting, how to spam people and how to get in their email inbox and be very pushy and just saying, buy my stuff. In the Nutripreneurs Email Marketing System, I teach you exactly how to provide value to your clients through email marketing, how to build, basically how to position yourself as an expert and build credibility by using email. So when you have something to offer, maybe that the people who are on your email list are really happy to buy stuff from you. This is very different from what most marketers do today. But in order to get to that position, you need to know what you need to write about and in what way. There's a structure of what kind of emails do you send out and what do you write in those emails. And we're going to cover all of that in the Nutripreneurs Email Marketing System. Basically, what it will enable you at the long term is basically your emails will do the selling for you so that you don't have to. You don't have to pick up the phone. You don't have to talk to people if you don't want to. Your email marketing system and sequences are going to do the work for you, which is pretty amazing. So that's actually almost $5,800 of value. We're going to get the Nutripreneurs Business Course, the access to the exclusive Facebook group, Nutrition Entrepreneurs Webinar Bundle, and Nutripreneurs Email Marketing System. So that's all together $5,800 of value. This is pretty awesome. I don't think that there's a training like that anywhere at this point that's completely focused on nutrition providers. You have a business course that teaches you from finish to start how to find clients, how to validate business ideas, how to launch those business ideas, how to get those first clients, how to get paid. And then I'm going to teach you as well how to use your email as a marketing system to get new clients and to sell them. And you're going to get a lot of answers on anything that you have in the Nutrition Entrepreneurs webinar bundle as well. So as I said in the beginning of the webinar, I have a special one-time offer only for the attendees of this webinar, because I know that a lot of you guys would love to have a package like this. You need a package like this because you want to get started, but you just don't have the resources. Like $5,800 is not, and it's not affordable for you at this point. So I'm not gonna offer it for $5,800. I'm not even gonna offer it for $2,000, which this kind of packages go even beyond $2,000. Today, I want to really make you a really, really, really special offer where I'm going to offer all of these things, all the courses for only $397. Okay, this is the most amazing thing that I've ever done and offered, and I'm really happy to be able to do this because, as I said, if I had an education like this to start with when I started my two businesses, I would be pretty happy, and it would save me a lot of time. So we have the Nutripreneurs Business Course. There's $4,000 of value. where you're going to learn everything step by step with check sheets and video lessons. You're also going to get access to the exclusive Facebook group, which is $500 in value. Well, will you be able to ask any questions that you have about the course or the strategy, which is pretty awesome. You'll get the Nutrition Entrepreneurs webinar bundle, which is $500 of value, and you'll get the Nutripreneurs email marketing system, which is $800 of value. All of that, guys, for only one payment of $397. You have access to all of these things for life. For Nutripreneurs business course, for the Nutrition Entrepreneurs webinar bundle, and for the Nutripreneurs email marketing system, all these things are going to be completely open, and you're going to have access to that basically for life. Okay, so once you purchase it, you can get it online. You're going to have your own login. You're going to be able to get online on the platform, look at the videos, get access to all these things for life. Okay, so what you can do right now is this is going to be offered in the next 72 hours only, but I'm also going to close it for the first 10 people, because this is really this is a very valuable package that I'm not going to offer it anytime soon. So after we have first 10 people that buy this for $397, we're going to close it down. So it's not only about that you can get it for a really good price. The whole point is that it is limited by the number of people that can get access to it. So as I said, it's the next 72 hours only. When we fill out the 10 spots, basically what's going to happen is I'm going to close this offer down. But what you can do now is you can think about it, or you can just grab it right away. And you can do that by going to mirnabachun.com/Nutripreneurs. And this is where you want to go if you want to grab it right away. So all of these courses, you have, as I said, full access to it for life. And you'll have also the support in the exclusive Facebook group. So it's a pretty amazing deal with the strategy that you heard today. And we are slowly running out of time. But as I said in the beginning, I'm going to leave time for the Q&A. So if you have any kind of questions, you can write them in the chat box right now. And as you probably see, my I don't know, is that like iCloud is really trying to get on this webinar. So excuse me for that. Do you have a sample of a survey for clients? Angel says, yes. We have a whole, one of the modules is only focused on research, how to research your clients. And I go through Adele's research. I tell you exactly what kind of answers and questions you can send out in the survey, how you can send it out, what works really well. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me in the Facebook group. So I have suggestions of what worked for people before. And I also am teaching you exactly what the point of the survey is. And especially in the research afterwards, when you start to talk to people on the phone, I go through all the questions that you can ask there as well. And it's pretty cool. I mean, I have email templates, I have check sheets, I have everything basically that's plug in and go for you, that's tested out to work in a lot of different niches that Nutripreneurs have been into. So yeah, we have sample of survey for clients within the course. Are there any other questions? No problem, Angel. Just keep the questions going if you have some. I'm also going to share. I'm going to send you the recording of this webinar so that you understand the whole strategy. But this is the whole strategy that we talked about. We cover in the Nutripreneurs course. I cover from mindset, giving you book recommendations, meditations, check sheets to get started with your mindset, which is usually the most important thing for a Nutripreneur. And I know that a lot of people actually work on the first two modules, which is organization and mindset the most, which is pretty awesome. And then when they go through that, they start to really work on doing their surveys, talking to their potential clients. I even have a person that went through the course that now is doing really high-end consulting, nutrition consulting services about like her clients. She charges about $2,000. And for that, she told me that it's really important that you understand your target market and that you're in the right mindset. So that's pretty amazing I'm actually going to do a video recording with her as a testimonial pretty soon. So that's going to be pretty exciting. As I said, the Nutripreneurs Business Course really goes through 12 modules. It will not leave you with questions. And if you have questions, you can always ask me in the Facebook group, or you can basically ask anyone in the Facebook group, which will be people that have been through the course, from Adele to some other people as well. The Nutrition Entrepreneurs webinar bundle is going to be also is going to give you a lot of different answers to your questions. And the Nutripreneurs email marketing system basically also tells you step by step exactly what you need to do if you want to get your advantage of having email sequences that people are looking forward to reading, and that will position you as the expert instead of positioning you as this spammy person that's just saying, read my newsletter. If you want your newsletter to work, you need to know what you're going to write in those emails. It's a system, basically. Do we have any other questions about the strategy, about the course, about the offer? As I said, please keep those questions coming. If you want to dig in right now before I fill out the 10 spots with this really special offer of $397, you can go to mirnabachun.com/nutripreneurs, and you can grab it right away, or you can wait for the replay tomorrow. But maybe tomorrow, I usually sell out these kind of offers every time we're having Nutripreneurs Business Course with anything that I'm offering on the side with bonuses. It really goes out pretty quickly, like within 24 hours. I'm completely, usually we sell out within 24 hours. So do we have any other questions about the strategy or about the course and the offer itself? I know it's getting a bit, we're getting to 60 minutes. So if there are no other questions, you can also send me an email to Mirna at mirna.com, mirna.bachunmonkey@gmail.com. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to stop basically sharing my screen. I'm going to give you here in the chat box, I'm going to give you my email address where you can send me questions if you're thinking about maybe joining, or if you want to grab this offer right away, but you just don't know how to start. You have some additional questions, you can send it out to mirna@bachunmonkey@gmail.com. If we don't have any other questions, I'm going to basically close this webinar. Otherwise, if you have anything else, maybe last question for tonight, I'm going to give it another 15 seconds. Okay, cool. If we don't have any questions, you can also send me an email to mirna.bachunmonkey@gmail.com, or you can grab this opportunity right away. And I'm looking forward to helping you really grow your business, start your business, grow your business, find the clients that really want to work with you by using this strategy that already worked for so many other nutrition providers. I really hope that you enjoyed this webinar, and I hope to see you in the next one as well. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm going to see you some other time.